Buffalo Wild Wings aims to add sports gambling to the menu as more states legalize bookmaking. No longer content to feed the masses during games, sports bar chain Buffalo Wild Wings is now looking into bookmaking after a recent United States Supreme Court decision paved the way for states to legalize sports gambling. As the largest sports bar in America, we believe Buffalo Wild Wings is uniquely positioned to leverage sports gaming to enhance the restaurant experience for our guests, a company spokesperson told ESPN. We are actively exploring opportunities, including potential partners, as we evaluate the next steps for our brand. Gaming Today was the first to report BWW's interest in bookmaking. The Supreme Court lifted a federal law in May that had restricted sports gambling to the state of Nevada. But since the removal of the Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, 3 states have now legalized the practice in one form or another, and several more are expected to follow. BWW has locations in Nevada, where it's forced to compete with large, lavish casino sports books, but in smaller towns, the chain typically offers the best place to watch big games. And like those Las Vegas sports books, BWW locations have an array of television screens so fans can keep tabs on several games happening simultaneously. The environment would also lend itself to live betting, which offers gamblers the chances to make wagers during games as the circumstances change. So if one team mounts a large halftime lead, for instance, BWW could offer an enticing line on the possibility of a comeback to their patrons. BWW was purchased by Arby's in November for $2.9 billion. Prior to that, Buffalo Wild Wings CEO Sally Smith blamed dwindling profits on millennials, claiming that younger people were more likely to order delivery. Buffalo Wild Wings is not the only major brand getting involved in sports gambling. The NBA and WNBA will now share official, live data with MGM Resorts International, which is a major win for the leagues as they prepare for the anticipated growth of sports betting across the country. By Alex Raskin, sports news editor. While there may be a social cost to legalized sports gambling, the financial impact is intriguing. Delaware, for instance, saw $322,135 wagered in its first day of legal sports gambling, according to ESPN, and much of that will be recouped in state and local taxes. That's only the beginning. Based on the most likely of 9 different scenarios of sports gaming availability and varying tax rates, Oxford Economics estimated in May of 2017 that the country could add an additional $22.4 billion to U.S. gross domestic product, with $8.4 billion in taxes annually being split between state and local governments, $3.4 billion, and the federal government, $4.9 billion. In Nevada alone, sports gambling is a $5 billion a year industry, most of which comes from the NFL, according to Recode.net. Best of all, Oxford Economics estimates that legalized sports gambling could add anywhere from around 60,000 to over 200,000 new jobs. The Las Vegas-based casino giant will pay the NBA for that data to use in determining outcomes of various bets. The NBA's stance has been that getting accurate stats to bettors is critical so players know what they're betting on and so casinos will know when to pay out, and MGM Resorts is the first casino to make an arrangement with the league for those numbers. Whereas other sports books will continue to have access to the NBA's updated statistics after the completion of games, MGM Resorts will be able to use the league's real-time data for live betting, a new and growing revenue stream for casinos. MGM also gets the rights to NBA league and team logos, highlights, and can refer to itself as the league's official gaming partner. Terms of the deal announced Tuesday were not disclosed, other than it's a multi-year arrangement. ESPN reported the contract is worth $25 million over 3 years. "I know the value of data," MGM chairman and CEO James Murren said. "To be able to have the official NBA data for sports bettors around the world is very valuable. I was willing to, and I've paid for that." NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, who has been talking with Murren about such an arrangement for weeks, said the leagues believe they're getting adequately compensated for the data. It's a leap of faith on both sides, Silver said. It's a deal moderate in length where I think we can both step back and assess as we go and see, is it working? Is this deal fair? Are we providing the consumers with the right type of experience? It's the first such deal between a major U.S. sports league and a casino. Action: what is bet on a game? The point spread, the amount by which one team is favored by. So if the Patriots are picked to beat the Jets by 10 points, it will look like this: Patriots 10 or Jets plus 10 ATS, against the spread, meaning against the point spread. So if the Patriots were picked to beat the Jets by 10, and won by 14, they would be 10 ATS. If the Jets lost by only 9, then the